Welcome to the Weekends Over podcast. We are back, and finally, boys, it has arrived. Week one. Let's just go ahead and just kind of dive into it. But first, Max, say hi.
Hey,
Taylor, say hi.
Hello.
Josh, say what's up.
What's up?
So let me just go ahead and announce everybody. Josh Hill, certified ball knower. Josh, tell him why.
6-0, up 6 units after week one. I'm him. I didn't place every bet that I gave out. I fucking should have. I just got more and more upset with myself throughout the day because I didn't do that, and everything fucking hit. It was a nail biter there at the end with Hawaii having to kick that field goal, but we'll fucking take it.
Yeah, let me just go ahead and last week I kind of glazed Goldbrinson, and let me just say he is not him. It should have never been done, and I will never ever bet anything for Stanford again. I was him going over on pass yards away from $500, and yeah, it did not happen. He threw for like 100 yards, and I think anybody could have done something against that Hawaii defense except for him. So that's a very unfortunate. But Taylor, you don't have our picks up, do you, for last week? Do you kind of know the records for everybody, or we're gonna start this week?
We're gonna start this week, but I mean, obviously, Josh went
Yeah,
6-0, but
Yeah. I track my own.
I believe
so-
Max was 4-1. I know that, and I was 3-2, and
I
you
think
were
I was like 2-3.
2-3. I knew it was Max missed on you missed on UNLV, right, Max? That was the
Yeah.
miss.
no, I missed. I was 3-2.
Yo, hang on. Can we talk? I know we're trying not to do a big recap.
No,
Can
yeah,
we talk about how
absolutely.
much of a fraud UNLV was?
Oh, they're
That's
awful.
crazy.
They're awful. They're
Like,
awful.
Okay,
Idaho
but
State
here's the
sucks.
thing. They could have learned things there, right? Stop letting Alex Orji play football and hand the ball to that fucking running back. I don't remember the kid's name. Like, if you do that, you can salvage the season. The team wasn't awful.
It was the defense. The defense couldn't stop anything. That was the
Not a
problem. The
surprise.
defense.
Well, okay. And
That's a little
funny-
bit of a
funny
surprise,
enough,
Josh.
Alex and Max both had UNLV as their group of 5. Would you guys
Yeah.
like to amend that quickly?
No,
Not yet. Not
Not
yet.
yet.
I'm gonna say
Too
maybe
early.
strict.
I mean
They
Notre
did
Dame
win.
lost
They
to
won. They're
shit
undefeated.
fuck last year. So I mean I know Idaho State is way worse, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe
Well,
their
I'll
offense will
wait.
just go crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, I did not think that the defense would be that bad. And I mean, eventually at least they turned the offense on. But yeah, this week you'll kind of see with one of my picks what I think about UNLV. And it'll
Well,
be
it even took. I'm sorry to cut you off, but it even took 2 picks at the end of the game to seal it. Like, Idaho State was starting to drive again.
I don't know. I'm just fingers crossed it's first week. That's all I'm hoping for because yeah. Y'all want to talk about Iowa State and Kansas State and how crazy horrible the game looked in the first half? I mean,
Well, it wasn't really their fault the first quarter.
I know the
It
weather.
was so wet. Yeah, I
Like
mean,
they couldn't even keep the chalk on the field, man.
And the
Um,
smoke from the fireworks.
Like, yeah,
Couldn't
it
even
was.
see the game when you first started.
I mean, Iowa State has the better quarterback. I think is probably my takeaway out of that game.
I don't think Avery Johnson played that bad. I don't
I
think
think
he
Avery
played that
Johnson played horrible. I think exactly what we thought would happen happened. Kansas had turnover mistake, or Kansas State had turnover mistakes, and when they have turnover mistakes, the team isn't good enough to get out of it. It's a
He's
good team, but they're not good. And then their running back going down early,
Soft.
that really sealed it.
Soft.
The muff putt sealed it, really.
Mm-hmm.
Soft. He was over there walking around, so like he's just soft. I didn't think he played that bad. I thought he had some good throws. I mean, he put up a lot of yards. I think the main thing Iowa State, their coach. I mean, he's got it going on for him. The play calls he had were great at the end of the game, and like still going for it just to put it away. I really like the call at the end with the halfback screen.
How about
Their running back looked good. Looked
Yeah,
on
good.
a
yeah.
on a betting note? How about the fucking fuckery of losing the losing the over?
Oh yeah, missing
losing the
that's
over
crazy.
because they take the touchdown off the board. Because was it 51.5?
It's
And
51
well, I
and a
mean,
half.
he would have had to make the extra point, but you would assume he makes the extra point and they cover that. But he was down. To be fair, I was that was probably heartbreaking. But you probably gave up on the idea you were getting it, and then they almost score. But I mean, are those the two best teams in the Big 12?
God, I hope not. That'd be embarrassing.
I will say, me and Max both have
Yes.
Kansas. Oh, me, Max, and Taylor all have Kansas State. So in our
No, it was
Don't mean nothing.
Josh. Well,
I had Utah.
I told. Oh yeah, we had Kansas State. But then once Josh told me last week that he wasn't taking Iowa State to lose, or he was taking Iowa State to cover, I was like, probably messed up because big Iowa dude right there, and I don't think he would do it unless he thought it was going to happen.
Yeah.
So he
Well,
knew
and
something.
here's something else I learned. Avery Johnson's black. Didn't know that.
Hey, they
I
got.
found out once his dad and brother started fighting.
That's crazy.
Yeah, wild, dude.
That was wild. Because at first they were like, Avery Johnson, dad's getting to a fight. Somebody went with his. That's his. Who's he fighting? They're like, that's his son, bro. I was like, damn.
Yeah, he must
I
be
don't
know.
albino or something.
I guess so. I don't know.
I think obviously
It was a good game.
I think the running back did play really well, especially in the second half. He started putting together some pretty good runs. I don't think obviously his first game of the season, so Kansas State is not out.
No,
Especially if
but
they
I
have
mean,
their running
it
back,
gets a
I
lot
think
harder for him now.
They can't lose too
I
many.
think
They
if they
can't
have
only.
a running back, it could have been. I mean, they were only lost by 3 or 4 points, whatever it was. So I think
This-
it'll be okay. And plus, playing in Ireland your first game this year, I mean, that's tough no matter what. So I think
Hey,
there's
I
still.
think both teams are very similar. I mean, I think Iowa State probably has the edge on quarterback a little bit, but other than that, I mean,
I think we watched fourth and fifth place Big 12 teams play.
okay, that's
I
probably.
think that's what we
I would.
watched.
Oh
Okay,
no, not
Yeah, I
fourth and
think
fifth.
that's
I
what we
think
watched.
they're
Maybe
up there.
third and fourth. I don't think either of them are in the Big 12 championship game at the end of the year. After watching that, they'll have to do a lot of improving.
I personally would not touch any of their lines this week, by the way, because they're not playing awful FCS teams, and they both
No,
didn't
yeah.
They didn't get back till what, Monday. So
Not 100% sure, but
the
like
jet lag with the jet lag. If I was betting, just really quick advice, I'd stay. I mean, first of all, don't bet FCS games unless your name is Josh, apparently. But I definitely would stay away from those. I think one's playing South Dakota. South Dakota's pretty good.
South Dakota's a pretty good club. Yeah.
I think that's Iowa State that's playing
Yeah.
South Dakota.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember who.
They
Kansas
might have
State might
North
be playing.
Dakota.
It's just North Dakota though.
They
It's
might, and who's also a
very
good
good.
squad.
Any
Like,
Dakota school you don't want to play.
Let's talk
Yeah.
about let's recap the other ones quick, and then let's get into this really big slate.
right.
What WKU Sam Houston, WKU super exciting. Lot of talent on that roster.
Lit 'em up.
No defense for WKU, also no defense for Sam Houston, but no
Somehow-
offense either.
And somehow the over almost didn't hit.
Well,
Probably because they didn't have an offense.
There was going into that game, I'm like, fuck, this is a big number. And I took it like as my log. I'm like, if Sam Houston can give me 20, I trust WKU to get me 41. And that's basically what happened. So
Yeah, I mean,
And
that was nice. And
I
then
said WKU because the quarterback was going to kill Sam Houston, and that is exactly what happened. So
and they dropped 2 touchdowns. He had 2 that hit dudes in the hands and they dropped them. So there should be, and then there was also a missed field goal. Like if it didn't go over, when they missed the field goal in the first quarter, I was like, great, I'm fucked. I don't like betting overs on teams that have bad kickers. I didn't realize Sam Houston's kicker was dog shit. So
it's hard to get the up and down on if the Sam Houston's kicker is good or not.
fair.
That's
But what
the
other
getting
games?
source for that one.
UNLV looked like shit on both sides of the ball.
Yep.
Yeah.
Stanford, if they would just run the football and do literally nothing else, they'd probably be okay. They cut the kid that Aura farmed. Did you hear that?
yeah.
No.
They cut him.
What?
Yeah, because the way it was is like his celebration gave Hawaii the first down that led to the touchdown that led to them winning the game, basically.
That's like if the nail wasn't already in the coffin for Stanford season, that was it.
Yeah. Well, but also Hawaii's week 1 merchants. So
Yeah.
or
It's
week
hard
0
to find a
merchants,
win on
so.
Stanford's schedule.
So did anybody
somehow
else
though,
play?
we had Kansas and Fresno State. Now I'm going to be dead honest. I will not make say a word about this because I didn't watch it. 31-7 was the
I watched a
final.
little bit.
I
mean,
heard-
it was,
Daniels out. in
I
the
heard
third
Daniels
quarter.
looked great.
Yeah,
he looked good.
31-7 was the final.
I watched
Kansas
the fourth
defense.
quarter of it. I mean, he was still in. It was.
Yeah,
No,
I-
towards the end, obviously
I
they
had
weren't
it
trying,
on.
but you know,
Yeah, I had it on my third screen, but I didn't have money on it. So
He
it was
only had
one
like
of the ones I didn't feel great about. So
he had like 4 incompletions. So
Well, it was low enough of a line to feel okay about it.
it
So
was 12 and a half.
mhm.
right, and they won by 24.
Well, yeah, but I didn't like
But
it.
that 12 and a half. So if I don't know, I couldn't tell you if the 12 and a half was ever in doubt. It doesn't look like it was,
No, no,
but it,
no.
but it was like, once
I was
again,
watching the scores and they went up like 14-3 early. I'm like, missed that one.
can't
Missed
really
that one.
can't really add
All
much to
right,
that.
boys.
Let's get
Get
into
to
this
week
one.
1. Come on now. I'm gonna toss this to Max. Y'all will see why for our first game. I'll post it tomorrow on TikTok, so check it out. But Max, first game,
Big
Boise
game.
State at South Florida. The line right now is plus 5.5.
So
South
is it
Florida.
already moved again
That's
It's 5.5. Yeah.
Yep. Over
I
under.
got him at 9.5.
Well, you have to play the book line while we're giving
for our
for the
season long
show.
competition that
But
Alex
we'll
won
get-
last year?
I will give you your flowers for getting that at 9.5.
Yeah, that's a great get.
That's a great get, but just for the
I mean, they were
competition.
retarded for putting it. I had to. So, no, I still like South Florida to cover. I mean, I think they're gonna win. I wouldn't, you know, throw all my eggs in that basket. I'd just go ahead and take them to cover. But you know,
hmm
Boise State loses Genty. That was their offense. I could be dead wrong. They could beat the shit out of South Florida, and I'm just wrong. They just have a better overall team. But I like Byron Brown coming back. He got hurt in the last year, but he's been their starter for 3 years now. He can run around and do a bunch of different things, and they've had some good edge rushers too the past couple of years, and they got one of them coming back this year. So I like him.
No, Max, I like this pick here. Initially, I was against you because I mean it's Boise State. They're the cream of the crop of the group of five. They're always ranked. They're the ones that everyone thinks every year is going to be in the playoffs for them. Of course, now they're transferring to a Power Five, so who knows what's going to happen there, and even how the Pac-12 is going to get redesignated. But anyway, then I did a little more thinking. It's going to be 80 or 90% humidity, 95 degrees or 80 something degrees, real feel 93 degrees, and that's air temp, not field temp. They're playing on turf in Raymond James. It's going to be hotter. It's going to be pushing 100 degrees.
Yep.
And there's also, I don't remember, is this a basketball stat or a football stat? Maybe it's both. But something in the NCAA, when a team goes 2 time zones or more east, their win percentage plummets.
I believe this was a basketball stat for.
Yeah, I think it's a
I think it
basketball
was.
stat.
I think the UCLA coach brought this up in basketball last year.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a basketball stat, but it could still ring true here. Like it's still a team going 2 hours, and it's an early kick. So instead of it being like a 5:30 kick, it's a 3:30 kick for the Boise State guys. Like, I've come around to you, Max. I have.
Hop on board.
I didn't get him
Taylor,
at 9.5 though. I gotta take him at 5.5.
Are you riding with him?
Taylor,
9.5 is a gift.
Taylor,
Are you
what am I doing?
Yeah.
5.5 is too close. I'm gonna take Boise State, but
Okay.
at
I feel
nine and
better.
a half, I would have loved that. That would have been a good one. But I think Maddox Madsen, he's coming back for them, and I think he'll just do enough for Boise State to be able to cover it. I do really like Byron Brown, but I think what you mentioned, I think Boise still does have just a general better team. The thing that will worry me is if Madsen throws some picks and lets him get extra possessions, then that is where it's going to be scary. But last year he only threw 6 picks, so I think he's going to be okay. And he actually, I know they say this a lot about the Caucasian quarterbacks, but sneaky athletic. He actually can run it a little bit. I think if they can get a little bit of him moving his feet and not getting too much pressure in the pocket, I think he'll be okay. And I'll take Boise to cover, but I really do. The 9.5 would have called my name if it would have been, but I'll go with Boise to cover.
Maddox was a decent quarterback when he had to throw the ball last year. It helped that teams had to sell out on the run, but he wasn't horrible throwing the ball either.
I like Maddox too, and I'm also taking Boise State just because this feels like Vegas doing what Vegas does, and they've dropped the line 4 points over the last 2 weeks.
Mhm.
Those hotels don't get built on loans, man.
They got a lot of pretty chandeliers out there. We should
Yeah.
also mention before we get too much further into this, we are going in kickoff order for all these games. So that's one of the first games, if not the first game, that's going to kick off Thursday. It is. It's the first game that kicks off Thursday night.
And obvious, some games will spend more time than on others. So eventually
Yeah.
Auburn or Alabama or Iowa is going to come up, but that's how we'll do it.
Hopefully,
Kickoff.
we don't have to say too much about Iowa. I think they'll
No,
be
no,
okay.
it'll be quick.
I
It'll
don't
be a
know,
quick
bro.
hit.
I don't know, bro.
So
Game
let's go to the
round.
next one. It's one of the last two to kick off on Thursday. Nebraska at Cincinnati. Pretty interesting to me, I think.
Well,
I
just
still
real
haven't
quick,
clicked. Sorry.
it's in Arrowhead. It's neutral site.
Oh, it's okay. So
I
Nebraska's
didn't mean to interrupt
basically-
you.
No, you're good. I didn't know
But
that.
yeah,
So Nebraska's basically the home team,
okay.
even though they're supposed to be the away team. So, yeah, Nebraska is 6.5-point favorites on the road in a neutral site in Arrowhead. It's a Matt Rule third year. You can go back and look at his coaching pedigree. Every stop he's been at when it's his third season, he wins like 11 games. He wins 10, 11 games. I don't think it's gonna be different. Is Raiola as much as I don't like Raiola, as cringy as he is as a human being, it's his third year starting. That has to count for something in college football nowadays. They've built every year. As an Iowa fan, it pains me to take Nebraska. I'm sure they're going to end up being the same old Nebraska, but Cincinnati's not the Cincinnati that had Spencer Rattler and Sauce Gardner and Tyler Scott, and there was another receiver on that team that names escape me. But it's not that Cincinnati team this year. So I'm going to take Nebraska minus the 6.5.
So I'll take this one. I'm kind of looking over the stats because I looked at one and it's kind of surprised me because I thought he had a lot better stats. But Raiola, last year, 13 touchdowns and 11 interceptions. That is disgusting to see. And
He had a
also,
regression in his second year.
I mean, and so right here I have Cincinnati, their quarterback, 18 touchdowns with just 7 interceptions. So I'm kind of looking at that, but I will go with you on this one. I think we'll be able to put it together this game. Neutral site, man, it's kind of close if I want to. Give me Cincinnati covers, but Nebraska will win. I think Cincy will cover. I think it'll be a close game, but I think Nebraska will win it. But Cincy covers the 6.5.
I like Nebraska to cover just because I think I like what Josh talked about with them last week. It's put up or shut up time for them.
Oh yeah, yeah. If they have
Raiola,
another like mid-year, Rule's gone.
So I kind of expect them to come out on fire. I also like the fact this is an Arrowhead, so I think they'll have the crowd advantage.
And I think Mahomes will be there to make Raiola nut in his pants. So
Probably, yeah, absolutely.
Did y'all
And he
see-
might actually like swap out real quick and let Pat play. So I think that's a
Yeah,
problem.
Raiola's quote. He said, "I can't be mad at God for making me look like him."
shouts out his
What-
barber, bro.
Is that like a compliment or like a
I don't know, but I thought it was pretty funny.
Dude's cringy as shit.
Oh, for sure. Max, what do you think?
Nebraska, they cover. I think they're going to win by a touchdown.
Gotcha. So you have to cover.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, Georgia Tech at Colorado.
Whoa!
What?
What'd you
Did you
skip?
not skip me? Oh no, okay, I didn't have it in the main
Yeah,
rundown. My bad. Didn't have it in the main rundown.
Yeah.
Bro, you went first
So-
that time.
Josh has certain picks, but not on the main rundown. Is what
Yeah,
he's saying.
sorry. We'll get to it later. It's a good
Yeah,
one. I like it a lot.
it's Josh's bullshit picks. Is basically what he's
Yeah.
not telling everybody.
Here we go. Georgia Tech at Colorado. Colorado's plus 4.5. The over/under is 52.5. Taylor, you can go first for this one.
Take over till he gets
Georgia
back in.
Tech at Colorado.
There it is.
Georgia Tech's a 4.5-point favorite. The total's 52.5. I don't feel like good one way or the other. So someone else that likes this game from one side or another, take it.
I mean, I just don't like Colorado, so I like Georgia Tech. I like Haynes King. They actually have a couple of receivers that impress me.
Good
And their
running
running
back
back's
too,
really
Jamal
good,
Haynes.
Their running back's really good.
But
Max
Colorado reloaded too, though. You gotta give them credit. They got
They
that
do.
kid from Liberty, who's
But
a
until
pretty
they-
good QB.
until they improve their trenches, and I just really can't trust it until I see it.
I don't
Like
disagree
this
with
kind
you.
of seems like a game where Georgia Tech just controls the line of scrimmage, controls possession. That's just my opinion. I'm not saying blowout, but at 4.5, I like Georgia Tech to cover.
I don't disagree with you.
Yeah.
Max, what do you got? You seem like you have a pretty strong opinion here.
I got Georgia Tech covering. I've had them early on, looking at a couple months ago. This is what game I picked out where I really like Georgia Tech to win this one. Like what y'all just said, Haynes King, Jamal Haynes, just the offense that Georgia Tech runs. It's a weird offense. A bunch of jet motion, whole bunch of sweeps, and then quarterback keeps and veers and a
That's
bunch of
called.
different.
I think they call it the Veer Pro.
Yeah, a bunch of different stuff that they do, and it got a lot of people last year. Got Georgia. I mean,
Miami.
Miami. I don't see Colorado's defense being able to stop them. I think Colorado could probably score some points if that quarterback's pretty good, which I think he is. I think he's a pretty good quarterback, but it also depends on, do they have an offensive line? They haven't in the past 2 years, and I don't think that he'll be able to do what Sanders has done,
Here,
past couple of years,
Well,
evading
not to
sacks.
cut you off, but here's the problem. It's the same problem. Like I like how you mentioned like Miami, not necessarily Georgia, because I'm not gonna sit here and say Georgia doesn't have like the trenches or whatever, but like Colorado's gonna go into this game with so little error. Kind of like it reminds me of like maybe Miami a couple years ago, and they're starting Caden Salter from Liberty, who by the way has lost some shitty games at Liberty that he had no business losing. His fall off from his 2 years ago at Liberty, when he had teams like Auburn coming after him and like Michigan, I think at one point, to basically saying, "Yeah, I'll come play at Colorado until what's his name takes my spot," is pretty insane. Um, they just have
well,
so
I'm sorry.
he has so
I
little error. They have so little error. They can't turn the ball over. They can't miss field goals. They can't turn the ball over on downs because Georgia Tech's going to control the time of possession and the score.
so
Basically.
does okay. I think there's a common question when teams go to play in Colorado or Utah. The elevation, does that not worry anyone? Like, I think Georgia Tech wins this game by keeping it on the ground, which is going to tire them out faster through more contact. Does the
So
elevation not worry anyone? They're also calling for this to be a rainy game, which is also going to help keep the ball on the ground, which could also help Georgia Tech,
that's
like
different.
put it back into Georgia Tech's favor, because Colorado the last 2 years hasn't had a running game. We don't
Yeah,
know this year, but the last 2 years they haven't.
rain game, Georgia Tech every day of the week. I mean, they the discipline to keep the ball, not fumble the ball, sorry, and like keep possession.
But you guys aren't worried about the
Not
elevation.
necessarily, not necessarily. Um, Colorado's brought a whole new team in. I mean, I get they have like I mean, is Caden Salters never played a game in that elevation either.
No,
He's
but he's been
practiced.
practicing at it for the last six
That's that's
months.
that's fair. I don't. Well, it
For
hadn't been 6 months. I don't think he got there till
for me,
May or June.
I think Colorado did a decent job replacing, but I think his first game is the problem here. And I mean, they've always been practicing, but it's different going against another team. And that gel probably just isn't set in yet. And the thing about Georgia Tech is, I mean, Haynes King and Jamal Haynes, two-headed monster right there, played a lot of snaps together. Some of their offensive line left, but they do have a lot of it back. And I think just the offense that they run, and that you just telling me that it's going to be a rain game, I think that benefits them a lot. And more than anything, it harms Colorado just because Salter does want to pass it. I am curious to know, like, if Salter gets hurt, then they'll have what is his name, Julian Lewis, the
The
backup
freshman.
again.
The
That'd
dude
be
from Georgia,
yeah, that'd
from
be interesting.
high school.
He
But
may be the starter by the end of the year.
Well,
he's
that's what
good.
I was talking
I
about.
wouldn't be surprised if prime time is swaps them around season before they get to Big 12 play. You got to figure it out before you get to Big 12 play. Obviously it would be big if they win this one, but I don't think it'd be the end of the world. You guys have pulled
I
me to
don't.
the Georgia Tech side. I think it's where I wanted to be the entire time, like deep down, but also it's hard to go against Coach Prime. So
The main thing for me is also like they just had to replace so much on offense, like Horn and Travis Hunter and Shador. I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot
I
of.
mean, those three guys can play on any team in the country last year. They could have,
not in
and
the NFL, but
no college.
He's talking about
but
college.
no,
yeah,
I'm making a joke.
Hey, they could have played for
Travis Hunter maybe.
the Colts.
Yeah, Y'all need somebody, but I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go Georgia Tech to cover. But I will say this: I think Colorado, they think they did good replacing some people, and they get some time to gel later this year. They could be a problem. We'll have to see though.
Well,
They
it
could,
all depends on
especially
Julian Lewis because I just don't believe in Kate Salter at all, to be honest with you.
especially with the way Iowa State and Kansas State looked.
Yeah,
Colorado could be a
Door could
problem
be-
in the Big 12.
door could be open. Door could
Yeah,
definitely be
same
open.
with Kansas. Kansas looked good. I mean, yes, they played Fresno State, but I think
But-
if Colorado wins this game, look out. Like they
Yeah.
could
Oh, yeah.
I think that's a trend when we talk about any
Yeah.
Big 12 team right now. That's
Yep.
after
True.
watching those two
Yeah.
games because you'll say
Yeah.
the same thing about Utah later, I'm sure. And
Well, until we see them, man. And Utah, you never know.
I know,
Let's
but we
get
hadn't
into the
seen
next
Colorado
one.
either. But I get your point.
Yeah.
Taylor, guess what game we're talking about next?
It's probably
Let me bring this in because I got a lot of tidbits.
well, I
here.
know, and then I have a question before we start this. So I looked. It's obviously not a great sign that all the money's on Auburn, but the line's not moving, right?
Okay. That's what I want to get into.
Okay, yeah, okay, cool.
So we're gonna go Auburn at Baylor next. Auburn's a 2.5 point favorite on the road, totals 58.5. This game opened whenever it opened a couple months ago, whenever, at 2.5 for Auburn.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is
So
fun.
much money came in on Baylor. It moved to 2.5 in favor of Baylor. So much money came back in on Auburn, it has gone back to the original line.
And it hasn't moved.
And it hasn't moved.
I will say, I don't think this is the reason, but right around the time Malcolm Simmons got cleared, the line moved back to Auburn. But I don't really think that has anything to do with it. Although Eric Singleton is probably hurt in this, going to not be playing 100%. So
Who's
Auburn's
Eric Singleton. You gotta educate me.
Georgia Tech wide receiver from last year, probably Auburn's best, most experienced. I'd say Cam Coleman's probably their Auburn's best, but he's going to be in Hugh Freeze's offense with those pops. He's pretty important, but him and Malcolm play the same spot. But go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, that's all I had. I wanted to talk about that line move, and I think it's crazy.
Well, I saw
this is
somewhere
your
like
team. I want you to give us everything.
90% of the money is on Auburn right now, right? And the line's not moving. And like I said earlier, unfortunately, Vegas doesn't make those buildings off alone. So
I don't know what 90% you're seeing. I'm seeing 56%.
okay, I saw a tweet from somebody. I guess that was incorrect. Where they said, but that might have been a different sports book. I don't know.
This is a sports book that this is a website that pulls from a bunch of sports books. So it pulls.
Taylor,
Okay.
I need you tell me what's going to happen. You tell me.
I think Auburn covers.
Tell me the script.
I think Auburn covers. I think they win by 7 or 10.
Why? What happened?
Because Baylor's two starting safeties coming into this year before spring are both out, so their secondary's hurt. And Dave Aranda's, or whatever his name is, his plan was to make Auburn throw the ball. And I don't necessarily know if that's the smartest thing because he's like, we're going to stop the run so Auburn throws it. But if you have looked at Auburn, their running back room is not their strength. Now, that like I was talking to somebody earlier, that might just be a straight bet is make Jackson Arnold throw picks. But if they're just going to let him sit back in the pocket and drop, I don't know if you can do that.
Can
I also worry about.
I would love to jump in right there with.
Okay, go ahead. Because then I was going to get into the lines, which the defensive lines.
So
I was going toward the line. So yeah, Josh, you go.
Yeah, I mean, what I wanted to say is like you're touching on all these position groups, but you brought up the quarterbacks, which I think is important. I personally think Auburn has the better team at literally every position group except for the most important position.
Yeah.
So I think the big question here is, do you think them winning in every phase of the game except for quarterback means they win and cover this game? I do.
Yeah.
But if this becomes a game where one of the quarterbacks has to play hero ball, Auburn's going to lose this football game.
Sure. I will go back and throw it on Sawyer Robinson. Please, if you go back and look at his stats against top 60 FBS defenses last year, it was very mediocre. And Auburn is a top 60 FBS defense. So, in fact, honestly, they struggled to move the ball against LSU last year, who had an awful
We also saw
defense.
Jackson Arnold's. I think we saw his floor last year. If Jackson Arnold can take care of the ball and clean up the turnover problems, I think Auburn could look good this year.
Yeah.
So that's it. For this game, for me, like looking at the offensive line and the defensive line, I think that's where it comes down to it. and they have a very small defensive line relative to Auburn. And that's the one thing. Also, Jackson Arnold is playing with the most talent he's ever played with.
Mhm.
And I think this will be able to be a good start for him just to build off of it. Like you said, I do get worried if they start having to play hero ball early, but I don't think they have to early. I think it's going to be a steady game of Auburn just kind of trying to get the run game set up to make him feel more comfortable and then start taking some shots, play action shots. And I think it's going to be the thing.
Well, I think y'all talking about hero ball. I kind of think that's what the Baylor's coach's plan is. By his statement coming out and saying we're going to make him throw the ball, I think he wants to set up scenarios where Jackson throws the ball, makes him think, sit back there and make big plays, and they're banking on picks and turnovers and stuff like that. So I get what he's saying. I don't think he thinks they can win a trenches battle, which is fair.
The thing is, though, if he wants them to play hero ball and he starts letting Jackson Arnold hit some of those big shots and give him some confidence, that's where that could kill them. Because if he starts getting confident back there and he starts moving his feet, running around, makes big throws, I mean, I think it could be I think it'd be a blowout then. So I'm
Well,
taking
also,
Auburn.
also,
I'm taking Auburn cover. I think they cover the game.
well,
I
also,
think,
I'll say like if they run soft coverage, then he's just going to hurt him with the RPO pop passes, and that's the other thing. But I'm
Max,
done with it. Y'all go. Sorry.
Max, you're an adamant Alabama fan. We already had one Alabama fan take Auburn here. I'm on Auburn. That's 3 for Auburn. Are you gonna keep that trend, or are you gonna stay with fuck Auburn
I
and
can't. I hope he
take
doesn't.
Baylor?
No, I'm gonna take Auburn to cover, but I am deeply worried about this game. Mainly the fact what you just brought up is Jackson Arnold is out of Auburn's fall camp. You haven't heard Jackson Arnold's our guy. He's our starter, no doubt. It's been we might play 3 guys.
I think that's gamesmanship.
It could be, but it's like
They named him the starter
most
after
teams come
spring.
out and and
Well, they named him
say
the
this.
starter after spring. So like he officially named him the starter after spring.
Yeah, but then you put him more doubt saying he might play 3 guys. It's not. It hasn't been Jackson Arnold this camp has been this guy's looking amazing. This guy's and I'm not saying he's not going to be. I'm not saying that's all. I mean,
No,
it
I
could
agree.
be, but that worries me that maybe Jackson Arnold hasn't taken the step that maybe Auburn fans and other people thought that he would in Hughes' system. But I mean, we'll see tomorrow night. So I mean, Friday night. So
to your point you just made, and like my counter to that would be was most people are harder on people when they think they have more potential or they're better. Like, because the point of just being like he's really good, he's doing the best he can, blah blah blah, this and that normally isn't great. That goes back to what Josh said. So, can Auburn win the game if they have every important position, like they're better at every important position except for one? So I think that might be like at your worst case, at your floor, that's what the game comes down to. So like I think it's safer. I think it's safer if you're betting this game from a neutral's perspective to go with Josh's point of view, not necessarily his point of view, but what he said originally is Auburn don't have the advantage at quarterback. Auburn's weak at quarterback coming into this. I wouldn't bet on this game just betting on Jackson Arnold to be really good from a neutral point. Is that fair to say, Josh? Like if you're going to bet money on it, I would assume he's average to mediocre in this game, and Auburn has to win it in spite of him. Not in spite of him, but
no,
like
I think not in spite of, but they're gonna have to. If he makes them have to overcome 2 turnovers, I don't think he won the game. I think he can give up 1. I don't think he can give up 2.
That's yeah, that's fair. I have nothing else. So whenever
I think
y'all are
if
ready.
Hugh Freeze runs him more and more and design QB runs to get him in the flow of the game, I think that's what he's better at. I mean, he can throw it, obviously we know that, but instead of trying to get him in there to just throw it all over the yard right away, I think they need to let him run. Because you saw what he did against Alabama. He had success, running the ball. I think that's part of his game that's super underrated. I think if they can utilize that and not, give him so many chances for turnovers or throwing picks or stuff like, if he doesn't throw any picks, Auburn's going to win. I don't see any way Baylor's winning without turnovers. So, I think if they run them and use them on the ground more and, keep them out of bad situations, I think they'll be fine.
Like
so
Alex
that's a
said,
team ride on Auburn. I think
that's
we
scary.
beat the horse enough.
That's terrifying. But I
maybe
will
hop
say
to the next one.
most talent he's ever played with.
I mean,
but yeah, go for it. Let's go.
Why talk more about Auburn and
When
Texas Tech when you can talk about UNLV versus Sam Houston?
Bro,
You get a chance to see Alex Orji
No,
Like,
I think
Orji-
I think it's gotta be Calandrio.
Oh yeah,
I think that experiment has to be over.
I don't know.
Yeah.
He scored a touchdown late, and
Yeah,
had
he also
a nice rushing
fumbled a
touchdown.
football on the 3-yard line,
He
which
did do that.
almost cost them a game against an FCS team.
Max,
That's
tell me, did
not
Alex Orji throw for more than 50 yards?
No, they don't let him throw the
No.
ball.
He threw
So
37 yards.
He's not
UNLV
gonna
is
throw it. They're gonna run
favored
him.
by 8.5 here against Sam Houston. The only reason we're talking about this is because we got to watch both these teams play last week, and so we know a little bit about them. 58% of the money is on Sam Houston here. I'm going against the public money. I'm on UNLV. I think neither of these teams can play defense, and both their offenses have a lot of question marks, but I think there's less question marks on the UNLV offense. Sam Houston, after the first quarter, looked lost last week. They looked inept. They looked like they couldn't play football.
Yeah, I'm also with you on this one. I'm on UNLV. Sam Houston looked really bad, but UNLV last week, Jaden Thomas, the running back, clowned almost 150 yards, and he had 3 touchdowns.
And
and
he had
also,
like 8 touches or 10.
yeah, I don't know how many touches he had, but I know Calandria, whatever you say his name, he's definitely the bona fide starter. He also had 93 rush yards last week. So, like, Alex Orji, like, why do you even need to put him in if that guy can run it too? So,
Yeah,
keep
10,
out the
10
game.
touches for 147.
I agree. One
And
word.
then he wasn't and he didn't even have what they had another running back with 7 and another guy with 5, and then the 2 quarterbacks ran it 19 times. Fuck that. Give that dude 30 touches.
You know, keep
I
shitting on
agree.
Alex Orji, and I'm not gonna stick up for Alex Orji. I'm not like an Alex Orji fan or stan.
You don't want to have an orgy with him?
From
Max
Dan
is the
Mullen.
orgy lover.
I mean, you know, time to time, but Dan Mullen
clip
is
that.
gonna use Orji. I'm telling you, he is. Dan
He
Mullen
shouldn't.
sees
It's
big,
gonna be
fat,
to
black
the
guy, he
detriment
goes,
of his
That's
team.
my quarterback. Every single time. Don't matter if he can throw or not.
He
That's
says,
his quarterback.
he said, is that Dak Prescott?
He's gonna put the other guy in to throw the ball a little bit, but I'm telling you, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they split reps all year because he just can't let go of a big, fast guy playing quarterback. He just can't let go of it.
Calandrio is just so much better though.
Max, who do you got?
You
I have
know me.
I have
UNLV.
UNLV too. I'm not
Yeah.
spending any time on this one since I did so much on Auburn.
Team ride.
Squad
Team
ride.
ride.
But also, let me mention this real quick. LaTerrence Welch for UNLV last week, 2 interceptions. So watch out. He gets 2 more Heisman right there. UNLV.
Basically, Travis Hunter.
Well, and they also had their linebacker who's been with the team for 3 years and like hasn't played a lot, and he had the big pick at the end of the game to seal it. So like, shouts out him. But let's get off this game. Let's talk about good football.
Are we
Game
on to
of
Saturday?
the week.
Saturday,
Yeah,
Texas,
Saturday.
big noon kickoff.
Game of the week. Big game kickoff.
Is Dave
No.
Portnoy going to be there?
I don't know. Texas at Ohio State. Ohio State favored by 2.5 points at home as the lower ranked team. Some are saying they should be the second ranked team. This should be a 1v2. Some are saying definitely me.
What are saying?
But both these teams have had a fuck ton of turnover in the offseason. They both had their O-line rooms cleaned out through the draft. They both have new quarterbacks. I'm going with Ohio State. I think their roster is better top to bottom, just like it was last year. There's a reason they're the defending champs, and it's hard to what's that fucking wide receiver's name? Somebody help me on it.
Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah, hard to beat Jeremiah Smith. He's pretty fucking good at football.
They have
And they also have Caleb Downs, who just lays wood. So
we would
now
know about that.
I'll let the SEC guys tell me how I'm wrong, even though I'm talking about the defending champs. But
I'm just going to tell you real quick, and because I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this one either. I don't have a sound reason for it, but Texas is winning this game, so Texas plus 2.5. I don't really think I would bet this game, so don't take my.
You have to.
No, I don't.
And everything in me wants to take Ohio State. I believe Ohio State's gonna win, but I hate Ryan Day.
That's valid. That's valid.
I think
honestly.
Fuck Ryan Day.
I think starting out on third base, all of it's true. He uses beard dye, looks like Wario. It's true.
Wario.
He's just
Waluigi.
he just has a punchable face. One of those
he
guys.
does have that.
So I'm gonna take Texas, even though I believe Ohio State's gonna win, but I'm not gonna bet on this game actually, and I wouldn't get anywhere near it.
Ohio State is probably going to be playing for the national championship this year, and Ryan Day will also probably be playing for his job after he loses this game and to Michigan. That's
Yeah.
all I have to say about Ryan Day.
I also love the under here. 47.5.
Yeah.
I love the under here. I'm
This
not
is-
officially taking the under, but I do love
Both
the
teams
under.
have great defenses, brand new quarterbacks. I could see that.
Yes.
So for me,
Max, you took Texas, right?
Yeah.
so I'm going with Ohio State to cover, but the
You went
problem
2-2.
it is yelling at me in my ear.
Is it
Texas
Ryan Day?
defensive line is going to be a problem, and that
Dude,
is
it's Ohio State's line. Ohio State's line's always good.
But the thing is, D line, and then also I know Manning hasn't played that much,
But he's got more.
he
He is
has
a
played
Manning.
more than Julian Sane. But I think Julian Sane is going to have that coverage of being I can throw it to Jeremiah Smith whenever I want to, and then also home field. When I have a coin flip, I'm going to go with the home team.
That's kind of how I landed on
Give me
it too. I
Ohio
mean,
State.
it's the horse. It's the shoe. Like it's the shoe.
I
Dave
don't like
Portnoy
it.
can't
I
be
don't
a part
like
of
it.
it, though.
I want Texas to win.
Oh, go ahead, Alex. Sorry.
I say I don't like this. I want Texas to win, but I think Ohio State at home, big game. I think Ohio State will pull it out. This game is not going to be. Some people are saying it like there's a potential for Texas just to blow them out. I don't think there's any way that's happening. I think no matter what, the highest difference in this game is going to be 6 points, like margin.
So I think
Here's
people
the
have.
thing. Here-
I think
here's the
people are
biggest
going
thing
back
with
to that
this.
Michigan game last year, and
Yes,
Michigan Ohio State. That's just a
It's
bad.
complete. It's different.
Yeah,
That's
it's a completely different. Yeah,
Here's the
agreed.
thing:
Different teams.
whoever loses this game is still going to be ranked 5th in the country next week.
Yeah. There's still
Like-
everything in front of them.
Oh, I mean, I
Literally-
think I have Texas win this and Ohio State still being the 1 seed in the playoffs. So it's not like I'm saying Ohio State's done. I'm just
No,
saying.
yeah.
And if they
So-
lose 2 good close conference games, I still could see them both trying to sneak in there at 9-3 too.
Oh, yeah.
Even
Also-
with
I
this
don't think
loss.
they'll ever leave out on
Fuck Ohio State. Why would you ban Dave Portnoy?
Did
This
they
Can we
team-
really?
just can we not talk about that?
That is
please?
real. It is real.
It's
That
real,
is-
but like it's stupid. And can we just not waste time?
We don't
on it?
have to. I'm just saying that's stupid. You
It's
just
they're
gave
not-
him all
it's
his ammo.
It's just publicity shit. He's
I
going to
think
be
it
allowed
is
into
hilarious.
the stadium.
I think it's hilarious. Shout out to Ohio State.
I thought it was bullshit. Somebody was saying it was bullshit.
It
but-
could be bullshit. Who
Ohio
knows?
State came out and said that it was Fox's decision, and then Dave
Oh.
was like, "No, it wasn't."
No.
But it doesn't
Anyway,
really matter. I was
Let's
just
move on.
let's move on.
Syracuse at Tennessee. 13.5-point favorites for Tennessee at home with a new quarterback. Fuck Nico. Totals 51.5.
Check out my
I
TikTok.
think Syracuse is getting a lot of credit from what they looked like at the end of the year last year. I think a lot of the credit for that goes to Kyle McCord, and he's not there anymore.
I was gonna
Actually-
say, yeah, let Taylor talk about this because he had the TikTok on it.
If
so
you
go
check
ahead.
out my TikTok, if you're watching and you didn't see that, not you, but anybody watching. But so basically what I said is that basically Syracuse is replacing 9 people on offense. Tennessee is also replacing a few on offense, but they're bringing back most of their defense. This is in Atlanta. I don't necessarily.
Atlanta?
Yeah, it's the kickoff in Atlanta, Mercedes-Benz. I don't necessarily. I get the whole Joey Aguilar thing, but the dude from Notre Dame, like he's played a little bit more, but he's returning nothing. And Kyle McCord, like you said, made them good, and everybody else that made them good last year has gone. So I just don't trust them. I think Tennessee's defense, like I said, bringing back over 67% of their total production from last year, a defense that single-handedly won them, like the Alabama game, made them get to the playoffs. Like, I'm easy covering 2 touchdowns here.
And they weren't cold when they played Ohio State. They weren't cold.
Oh, well, Ohio State beat the shit out of them, but Ohio State ran through everybody. I mean,
I'm making a joke because
Yeah.
they said that they weren't cold
Yeah.
when they were clearly freezing their dicks off.
we'll talk about it later, but this is my lock, so I'm pretty confident on it.
Yeah, I'm on Tennessee. I don't know if I said that, but I'm on Tennessee 13.5 here.
We had the same reasons. See, like you didn't even watch the TikTok, but you knew what I meant. I mean I mean, come on.
It's good co-host shit.
Yeah.
I don't know about this one, man. I am torn on this one. I mean, I want to say Tennessee just because, everything you just said, they just lost Kyle McCord and everybody, but Tennessee lost a lot of guys too. I mean, obviously their quarterback, but they lost their defensive line.
Hot
Like,
take.
you
I
know,
don't
that-
think Nico's that good of a quarterback.
I
They
don't-
lost. They
think-
lost their starters, but they didn't lose all their rotation players
They
on their
lost
Yeah,
defense.
no starters went first round.
offense.
One of them did.
too. Offense too.
I'm not worried
Yeah.
about Tennessee's
But here's
offense.
the thing: like
this comes down
when
to
you have
Syracuse.
guys that go first round, there's probably good talent behind them. Like
Right.
those guys went first round for a reason.
And they're still bringing back the rotation play. Like I said, that contributed last year. I'm just saying this does come down to Syracuse's offense versus Tennessee's defense. I think
So
that's
Max,
that's
are you taking Syracuse?
Give me Syracuse to cover.
Okay.
It's crazy. Alex,
I
did
could
you
see,
give a
I
pick
could see
here?
Tennessee. It could be close, and Tennessee winning by 10. I could see that.
I'm so personally, I'm gonna have Tennessee to win, but my lock for this game is the under 50.5. Is it 50.5? What is it?
So you have Tennessee
50
covering.
I have 51.
You have Tennessee covering, Alex.
I have Tennessee covering, but my lock for this game would be the under.
Well, we don't let you do unders for wins loss.
I know.
Let's
Me
talk
Tennessee.
about two of your guys' favorite team, Alabama going into Florida State. They are 13.5-point favorites on the road. Total 50.5. Actually, I think that might have moved, but
Max
Me and Jo-
started
me-
off.
Yeah.
Max started
So-
off. I'll end it.
Maybe heard today, but Alabama's defensive tackle, Keenan,
Yep, Tim
Tim
Keenan.
Keenan, he's got to have tightrope surgery, so he'll be back Georgia week. Which saw some people kind of freaking out about it. Which, I mean, he's a good player, but he's a fifth-year guy. He's not on any NFL draft boards or anything like that. But he's a good, solid college player. I don't think it'll be a huge impact. We got Tim Smith right behind him, who actually does have NFL potential. I think. I'm going to take Bama to cover. But I do think there's chance of rain. I think it could be an ugly type of game, especially early on. I think as when the game gets in and both teams kind of get in their groove, I think we pull away from them.
64% of the money is on Alabama here.
I just trust Alabama's defense so much that I just don't think
The
Florida State will
secondary is
score
so
much.
good. I don't see him throwing deep balls on us at all. And plus Castellanos, if you look at his pass percentage last year from 20-yard plus passes, I think it was like 38% or something like that. It wasn't great. He doesn't have a huge arm.
I'm
Alex,
a Castellanos meat writer. I'm gonna admit it. I love me Nick Castellanos.
I mean, the
He's a
thing
fun
is,
quarterback to
when he's on,
He
when
is.
he's on, he's a great player. But I've seen too many times where he's just not on, and he's just running around like, I don't know, like a little Mario Kart back there, and he's just going crazy.
if we're being honest, a couple this late,
You're getting fooled, Josh. You're getting fooled by how funny he is to watch with how good
I
he
am. I know I am.
if we're
Yeah.
if we're being honest, a little bit this late, not Florida State win, but cover thing, and like I think a couple Alabama fans are making a joke is about Gus Malzahn being the offensive coordinator and having a
Yeah.
dual threat quarterback, but he just doesn't have the talent that he had when he was at Auburn. That even when he had those dual threat quarterbacks, like
He was on his
this
line.
isn't. I mean, talent aside, this isn't a Nick Marshall team. I was going to say a Cam Newton team, but that didn't matter. That was all Cam. But this isn't a Nick Marshall team. This isn't a Bo Nix team, like talent wise. I just don't see it. I don't see him able to move the ball. They won't score that much. I do like the under. I know somebody in this square is going to say something about that, but Alabama will score enough, and they'll probably to cover. I could easily see in this being like 31-3, 31-10,
31-10, something like that.
31-10, something like that.
Yeah.
All depends on what DeBoer wants to do also at the end of the game.
And I heard a bunch of stuff. Didn't DeBoer get like an OC or something in that he works really well with?
He's got
I
Ryan.
heard about that.
Huh?
He's got Grubb back from Washington. He's
Okay.
got
Grub back from Washington. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. I just didn't know.
I mean,
for
that's
sure.
a huge piece. I mean, people I don't think are really understanding. And Grubb,
Grubb's a
he's a
good
great-
coach.
he's a
Grubb was
great
the quarterback of this
coordinator,
group.
and I think I was surprised he didn't get the Washington job. I think he was too. That's why he kind of was. I don't think that's why he didn't go to Alabama last year. He was planning on going, but then the Seahawks offered him, and he actually didn't have a bad year at the Seahawks. Dino actually had a pretty good year. But no, yeah, he goes way back with Grubb. I think the offensive consistency gets a lot better this year. Last year, it was so hit or miss with Jalen Murray. It was either we were really good, and then the next quarter it was just dog shit. I
Well,
mean,
let's call a spade a spade. Because I saw a couple people like clap back at this saying that he's finally got a quarterback that he is his quarterback. But he had to keep. I talked to Parker about this. You don't know who that is, but he had to keep Milrow in last year. That wasn't his quarterback, but you had to because it would have looked really bad if you took
everybody
a
would have
if
left.
you had and he did what he had to do as a coach, which was okay. This isn't going to work as good for me, but more importantly for the team,
Got
I'm
to
gonna
keep
keep
these
the team.
guys here. I mean,
I'm gonna
that's what he
keep the
had. That
guys.
was his first
So
year goal was to keep guys there. We had 30 guys lost to the portal. We couldn't afford any more guys losing to the portal.
So I
And
don't think this was a thing where it was like, well, he had his quarterback all wrong and he left Milrow in there. No, he probably would have rather used Ty last year, but you can't bench
you can't bench a guy
with
who's been
everything that Jalen
starting
Milrow
there. He
did for
just took a team to the
Alabama.
playoffs.
Yeah, for everything that he did.
So are we team riding Bammy here, guys? I hate
Yeah.
I
to cut
haven't
you
even
off, but
gone yet.
No,
You
so
don't get to
I'm
go.
sorry. We're Alex, go quick, but we're dragging on, and we got a lot of games to cover still.
Anyways, I was trying to jump in, but Taylor jumped over me, so thank you for that, Taylor. But
he cut out.
yeah, so Alabama is going to win this game. The main thing is their defense is going to handle Florida State. Florida State's starting five offensive line is all transferred. They're all transferred in. They're not going to have that gel yet. Bama's defense is going to be too good. It's definitely going to be an under. It's going to rain during this game, but I can see this game. It's going to be like a 27-10, 24-3, something like that. It's probably going to be sloppy, but that's okay. Just a gel game for Bama, kind of getting things together. But yeah, Bama's going to win this one.
Why is Nevada Penn State on this?
Because it's going to be quick. It can be
Okay.
quick.
Okay, yeah, fine.
So Nevada at Penn State. Penn State's 44.5-point favorites at home. I'm just using this as a chance to harp against Drew Aller. He's not that guy. He can't cover big numbers. Take Nevada. I think it's like 65% of the money's on Nevada right now. 60. Sorry, it's only 60% of the money's on Nevada right now. Nevada could be part of this. Oh, they're going 2 time zones, yada yada. It could be rough for them. I don't even know if Drew Aller plays the whole game, even if you are that big fan of Drew Aller. So fuck him. Take Nevada.
Nevada.
Give me Penn State to cover. They win 56-3.
What's this? What's the spread on this?
44.5.
Nevada.
Okay.
Next one, Albany at Iowa. Iowa's favored by 38.5. I hate taking that big of a spread as an Iowa fan, but Albany's absolute dog shit. They lost by 35 to West Virginia last year. I think Iowa's infinitely better than West Virginia, so I'll take Iowa minus the 38.5.
Iowa covers. They're going to have a better offense this year.
I agree.
Also that.
Yeah, Iowa cover.
All right, let's get to
anything in particular you're looking forward to looking into that game or not? Just real quick. I know I don't want to skip over your team.
I'd like to see Moulton look good. Yeah, the quarterback. See what we have there. See what the defense is going to reload with this year. You know, just the normal Iowa things.
Yeah.
It's not like it's North Dakota State or South Dakota State or South Dakota, who we have like tendencies to lose to for some reason when we play them in these games. It's Albany. I'm not worried about it.
Gotcha. All right.
Famous last words. Okay, a little bit of a bigger one now. We can take some time here. LSU at Clemson. Clemson minus 3.5.
Yeah.
Total 57.5. I'll go quick. I like Clemson here. People were big on them last year. They came out and got smacked in the mouth week 1, and then people jumped ship really fast. They ended up still having a pretty good year. Cade Klubnik in his 3rd year. He's a Heisman watch hopeful. And they just bring back a lot of guys. And if Dabo doesn't do it this year, I think he might get fired. And I also don't like Nussmeier.
Brian Kelly finally ends the streak, and he wins a big game week 1. I think Nussmeier has a big game. I think LSU shows out. I think they go to Death Valley, the fake Death Valley, and they win. LSU plus 3.5. But I'll take the plus 3.5 because why would I not? And obviously I'll keep the hook.
Clemson wins. Cade Klubnik. Clemson's just team is better put together. LSU lost their whole offensive line, and Clemson's defense is going to be too good. Clemson actually probably wins this game by like 17. So just
Wow. Okay.
I'm with Alex. I think Clemson wins this game by 2 touchdowns.
Oh
Their
yeah, no, I don't
defensive
think it's
line-
close. I think Clemson's gonna smack them here.
Their defensive line is the best defensive line in the country, I believe. And LSU is replacing guys on offensive line, and plus Gus, what's his name, Nussmeyer,
Now, Garrett
Nettenberger.
Nussmile, Garrett.
whatever his name is,
Nussmeyer.
Nettenberger.
Nussmeyer, Gus Meyer. He he doesn't play good in big games. You saw it last year. I mean, he had a bunch of garbage time stats against garbage teams, and
He
he
played
looked
good in
good
the Ole Miss
then.
game. He played good against Ole Miss in that overtime win.
Okay,
That's a bit.
at home.
This is still a big game. I'm just saying.
He didn't
One.
play against Bama.
But in other games, he shit his pants. I mean, against Alabama, which Alabama wasn't, defensive line wise last year, it was nothing like Clemson is.
He kind of got that we just lost a Vanderbilt game against Alabama. That was a little bit unfair.
I don't know, man. Nuss. That Alabama game last year almost ruined it for me. He played like dog shit in that game, and we blew him out. But it was close in the first half, and he had opportunities there in the first half to get him in the game. And he's not a mobile quarterback in the pocket. He can't run, and that just scares me with this defensive line Clemson has. They're gonna get after him. And
I like this. I like this. It's me versus y'all. I like this. I think LSU wins this game outright.
He played horrible against A&M too, right? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a 3-point spread. They could win. I
no.
I think Clemson's the better football team.
Defensive line's going to be a lot better than most people think.
I might
And
change
I was the same way about Klubnik this past couple years, but I think everybody saw Klubnik last year from the beginning of the year to the end of the year get a lot better. You saw what against Georgia, he was dog shit. He was seeing ghosts. He wasn't making good throws. And then you see him against Texas. The second half of Texas, he looked great. He was making amazing throws, reading defenses, getting it out quick. I think he continues to get better. I don't know if he's like Heisman like everybody thinks, but I think he has a really good solid year. I think they're going to win.
I, over the last week or so, have very much sold all my stock on Klubnik. I think he's a bust.
You could be right, honestly. Like, I'm not saying you're 100% wrong here.
The reason I said that is because I think if you go back a couple pods, I don't want to sound like a hypocrite, but I've just kind of sold all of it. I've looked at some stuff.
I can't wait for all the people who are buying in on LSU this year to see what happens, because they're not going to win the championship. Y'all can show me this at the end of the year, and I will be 100% right. I don't care.
He'll eat dog shit.
They lost. Yeah, I'll be the Florida State fan.
Don't do that.
They just lost so much on offense, and Brian Kelly killed a kid. There you go.
All right, let's move on. If we're getting to that, let's just fucking move on. Utah at UCLA. Of course, UCLA has their new quarterback, Nico Iamaleava, whatever, how the fuck you say it. They did lose
Nico, I'm out of money.
Yeah, they did lose out of the backfield to Oklahoma.
I think so.
He went somewhere.
I think it's Oklahoma. You're right. I think it's.
But I mean, UCLA has a great defense. Utah has a great defense. The total in this game is 51.5. If you're not smashing the under, I mean, that's what these two teams are known for. Smash the under at 51.5 here. I'm taking the Utes minus 5.5. They're my Big 12 pick. They still are. I reserve the right to amend that after this game. But right now, today, Wednesday, August 27th at 8:12 p.m. Central Standard Time, Utah is my pick in the Big 12.
I also take Utah to cover. I don't think I'm going to win the Big 12, though. I hate Nico.
I got Utah covering. Obviously, Nico can't hit the side of a barn. I don't see him. Couldn't do it at Tennessee. I don't see him doing it at UCLA.
They won games in spite of him last year.
Exactly.
The Alabama game, they won in spite.
They won their defense.
Or they would scheme so many open touchdown passes for him, and he would just fucking throw it.
He had 3 against Alabama, wide open, and he just missed them.
Yeah.
I'm going Utah here. I like UCLA to have a little bit of a better season, just because I think the Nico is actually going to be a little bit better in the Big 12. Obviously, he's not going against these SEC defenses, but I do have Utah Utah covers. Yeah.
Alrighty, next one. South Carolina at Virginia Tech, plus 7.5 for Virginia Tech. Total's 49.5. I think everyone knows where I'm at here. I love Sellers. Virginia Tech does have an impressive defensive unit. I am buying this a down 1 point to 6.5 just to get it through that touchdown number for South Carolina.
I'm
Um,
also
yeah.
going to do that. I would
Is
also.
South Carolina at
You're
home?
not giving up too much. I
at
mean,
Tech.
it's not fun to do it, but you're going from minus 115 to minus 158. Like I'll eat that.
We count
to
that
get
in our
through that.
records. We count that in the
I
records.
do. I
Can we
count it in
just
mine.
can we just move it to 6.5 for our record for the fuck of it?
No. Do whatever you. I don't care what you do. You're the
Okay.
one keeping the record. I don't care.
Okay.
You said it's not at home, Alex. It's neutral.
It's at Virginia Tech.
It's at Virginia Tech.
It's at VTech.
That's crazy. On DraftKings, it says Virginia Tech at South Carolina. Are we sure about this? I'm reading
Hang
this
on,
right
I'm
here
looking.
on
I'm
my phone.
looking.
Yeah, because that actually make the line make a little bit
Hang on,
more
I'm
sense.
looking. It says it's saying neutral. I don't know where, but
That's what I'm saying. It must be
it's in
neutral.
Benz. It's in Mercedes Benz.
Really? What?
It's
Yeah.
it's the Sunday kickoff game, so they got this
Oh,
the
okay,
Tennessee
okay.
Syracuse is
That's
Saturday,
why,
and then
that's
the Sunday. So it's a
Yeah.
that's pretty neutral for both, but South Carolina bring more people.
I'm going to take South Carolina to cover. Virginia Tech got a lot of hype going into last year, and they just fell flat on their face.
Yeah, they did.
I don't trust their coach. I think he's gone this year. I think they have another bad year, and I think they get their ass beat by South Carolina week 1.
And Shane Beamer.
Yeah, I mean, Gamecocks, I'm a cock rider. They're going to kill them, and Lenore Sells will have a big game. He'll start off as the Heisman talk for sure. He'll start off.
Lot of team rides here, boys.
Yeah,
Kind of
that's
scary,
team
and
ride.
I'm on so many favorites. It's actually terrifying me.
I know.
I'm on another one here. Notre Dame at Miami, also known as Catholics versus Convicts. Notre Dame's favored by 2.5. Totals 49.5. I already said I'm taking another favorite, which means I'm taking Notre Dame. For the pure fact, well, okay, fun fact, Notre Dame hasn't won in Miami since like the early 2000s or the 90s or something. It's something crazy like that. But there's a reason what's his fuck is not the quarterback at Georgia anymore. And Kirby Smart knows a thing or two about fucking football. So I'll take Bryce Carr or what's this guy? CJ Carr?
CJ Carr.
I'll take CJ Carr. Shout out Bryce Carr, high school quarterback. But I'll take CJ Carr.
Josh?
People are pretty excited about him, and they got the better defense. They got the better run game.
So I'm gonna ride with you on this, but not for the quarterback thing. And I actually kind of disagree with that. Georgia has a better quarterback. I still think Carson Beck.
I'm not saying Georgia has the better quarterback. I'm saying Kirby Smart knows fucking Carson Beck can't play football, and he's not good enough to win another national championship.
I don't think this comes
Kirby
down to
Smart knows football.
I got you. I don't think this comes out of quarterbacks at all. I think this is going to be that Notre Dame is going to control the line of scrimmage with the run, and they're going to wear Miami out over 3 quarters and pull away.
Too bad you play 4 quarters.
I know,
Yeah,
but do you get what I'm
100%,
saying?
I'm with you, Taylor. That's what's going to happen. Notre Dame's just going to be too physical for them, and this is actually a pretty easy one for me to say. Notre Dame's going to win probably by a touchdown or 10 points. I think
it is going to be hot and humid in Miami and raining.
I don't think that
brings Jeremiah Love back into play.
Exactly.
Jeremiah Love's a fucking freak.
Carson Beck probably throws an interception or two, which will put the game away.
If I'm not mistaken, on Prize Picks or even just betting apps, I think you can get Jeremiah Love at 1.5 touchdowns scored. That if you would take the over on that.
I don't bet on those apps, but take the over on that.
Take the over on that. Max.
Miami.
Okay.
All right.
I don't know why, just because y'all are riding them. I'm tired of us riding these.
I do appreciate
games,
that.
So,
I appreciate that.
So I'll take the L if it comes to it. But part of me thinks maybe Carson Beck could have a good game, and Notre Dame's breaking in a new quarterback. Maybe he throws a couple of picks and it turns the game around. We don't know. I lean Notre Dame on the line of scrimmage. Obviously, we all do, but we don't know what can happen.
I'm not even rage baiting when I say this. I'm looking at all the picks I've given, and it makes me really want to flop the Alabama pick just because I'm on so many favorites. I'm not even trying to rage bait by saying that's the one I want to flip. But like my eyes keep locking onto it.
I mean, 13.5 is a pretty big number. I mean,
yeah, like then Georgia Tech, Auburn. I might end up flipping one of those later tonight when I can't sleep at fucking 2 a.m.
We got the last one here. TCU at UNC.
This is only on here, one, because it's Belichick's first game coaching, and two, because it's the only Monday game.
Is Belichick actually coaching?
Yes, he's the head coach.
His
let me
girlfriend
just
is.
say this: him and his girlfriend are trademarking the term gold digger.
Gold digger. And they're going to use it for jewelry.
Go off, Queen.
Bro is absolutely whipped through just so much. It's crazy.
I don't blame
I
him.
don't know much about either of these teams. Give me TCU. Belichick has a loss on his first game.
See,
Oh.
I also don't know shit about either of these teams, but I don't think Belichick's coming to the college ranks and losing his first game. Plus, TCU was so bad last year.
Also, I'm tired of taking favorites like Josh. Just
Yeah,
give me the
same,
3.
bro. I need,
Give me
I
the
need a
plus.
dog on this sheet.
I'm
Plus, you're
taking
getting 3 and the hook. Like, the hook is big there.
The hook is big.
I'm taking TCU. I like Josh over.
If you're betting TCU just in general watching this pod, I would probably buy down off the hook. But that's
Yeah.
Oh,
It's worth noting. I don't know about you guys. I have it in my notes. UNC plus 3.5 on vibes. That's it.
strictly.
That's it.
mine's on vibes too, because like I said, I've been putting too many minuses.
Is
And
the TCU quarterback the furry?
yeah, well,
Yeah.
he's not actually a furry. It's a joke.
Yeah, I guess it was a joke, but
It was a joke.
He's a furry.
He's a
Okay,
furry.
Josh. New segment. It's called Josh's Bullshit. Yeah. Give us
these
some.
are just like shit that I found that it probably won't be a week to week thing, but since it's week 1, there's some like there's a lot of P4 versus Go5 games. So 2 dogs that I like. There's a lot of MAC v Big Ten games. Ohio at Rutgers. Ohio's the MAC champion from last year, bringing back their quarterback, but not much else. But also Rutgers is Rutgers, and they're not very good at football. And they lost their leading rusher, Monungai, in the draft, who I think was number 3 in the Big Ten last year and number 1 2 years ago, taking away a ton of their team's production. So I'm going to take Ohio plus 15.5. I believe that's Thursday. If someone can check game times for these, that'd be great.
What? Okay, I got you.
Oh, Ohio at Rutgers.
Yep,
And
I got you.
The next one is Miami of Ohio at Wisconsin, which I know is Thursday. Wisconsin's favored by 17.5. I just don't think Wisconsin has the juice this year. I don't think they have it. They looked awful last year. I don't think they're going to look good again this year. They had a coaching overhaul in the offseason. I just don't think it's going to happen.
It was Thursday, Josh.
It was? Okay.
They're both Thursday.
And then next, Tarleton State at Army. This one's Friday.
Yeah.
Right?
Hey, famous lunchtime line right here.
It is a lunch. Yeah, first ever lunchtime line.
Dude, fucking kind of blew up. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, dude. And
Random.
shout out to anybody that's watching this from the TikTok. From
Yeah.
lunchtime lines. I asked for some lines people wanted on today's lunchtime line. Didn't get a lot of engagement on that. It's okay. This line's moved. When I gave it out, it was 16.5. It's down to 14.5. I'm going to take half a second. I'm so sorry. I'm going to see what it would cost to buy it through 14.5.
About to run and pee real quick, guys. Oh.
Someone fill the dead air.
Are you gonna
Never mind,
pee
I found it.
Are you gonna pee off
okay.
the boat?
I can't buy it down because it's an FCS team. So we'll just take the 14.5 and say fuck them.
I will say in the comment section, a couple people were saying they like that as long as it didn't go up. So the fact that it's going down, is pretty.
Well, and Army looked pretty rough last year. We can be honest about that. But they got rid of the OC that was like.
Army had a good team last year.
You're thinking of Navy.
No, Army looked prety rough last year.
They were like 10-2.
They lost 2 games last year.
Yeah, they were raw.
They lost the AAC title game, and they lost. Actually, did they win the AAC? No.
I don't know. But
you're thinking of Navy.
They were playing from the shotgun. They weren't playing traditional Army triple option.
They're done with that.
They're done with that now. Yeah, they're done with that. They're going back under center, which is what most of the team was recruited to do. They only did that experiment for like 2 years, I think. So we're going to go back to traditional Army. Army controls the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. They brought back Bryson Daly, who we've seen can throw the ball if he has to. I think they're going to cover this number pretty easily. Next, we're going to go Central Michigan at San Jose State. Shout out lunchtime lines. This is the second one ever. We're gonna go over 51.5. Army's OC and head coach, or sorry, OC and former O-line coach are now with Central Michigan. They brought in the OC from Grandview, which is an NAIA school in Des Moines, Iowa, who throw the ball like crazy. So like you have a good mixture of run pass in that offense. It's very high energy, very explosive. And then San Jose State likes to go 5 wide and throw the ball all over the field. I think that's a pretty great over. And you're getting that plus money with the last time I checked. It could have changed. It might not have. I don't know. Big breath. Next, we're gonna go Alabama A&M. HBCU
This is
shout out.
wild.
Shout
This
out
is-
HBCU.
This is insanely
At
stupid.
Arkansas.
Nobody
We're gonna
put your
take-
money on
Shut
this.
up. We're taking Arkansas minus 46.5 here. I may or may not have some fucking inside knowledge because I'm in Huntsville where the fucking school is. So maybe just fucking listen to me, okay?
A janitor?
Cheerleader.
Cheerleader.
Next, we're going to talk about Portland State at BYU. Portland State played Tarleton State last year. You remember how we just fucking talked about Tarleton State? Yeah, Tarleton State skunked them 42-0 at home. That's FCS versus FCS, and they got fucking skunked. Now they're playing a Power 4 school, and the spread's only 44.5. Give me the fucking 44.5 with the Power 4 school. I could look dumb doing that, but I don't give a fuck.
I just want you to know the Army was in the early weekends over days was a very big like to our hearts. And we
Dude,
did a
you know
fantasy
how much money I made off of Air Force 2 years ago?
we did a
A
fantasy
lot.
war draft and everything. Go
Army
check out the
Fantasy
old
war
TikTok.
draft.
Our heart
Fantasy-
We know
Hey,
our
Alex-
Army from last year, so you can't give us false facts about them. Also, Bryson Daly is not their quarterback anymore. They have
He's
a
got he's and
He's
he's gone.
What's his name? No, he's still there.
He's not there anymore.
Since when? I literally watched a podcast about it 2 days ago.
Nah, bro, Bryson Daly's not there anymore. It is.
Pretty sure he is.
It's Dwayne Coleman.
Are you sure he's not there?
I thought we already looked this up.
That would be news to me. I literally watched a podcast about it no, he's right here on the roster, on the school website.
Alex, that was a bad
guess
look.
I'm-
Alex told us he was gone.
I thought he was
No,
gone.
he's right here.
I mean,
Alex wants him to be
I'm
in
happy
war.
about that. I love Bryson Daly. I'm happy.
Max said he.
Don't tell me I don't know my shit, bro.
Yeah,
Shout
what-
out
where-
all my shit for the group of 5 from last week and this week, and all of the lunchtime lines is from G5 Hive right here on YouTube. Shout out G5 Hive.
Hold on,
Go check
Josh.
them out.
This
Thought he was
AI just said Bryson Daly transitioned from Army starting quarterback to an infantry officer in the U.S. Army.
I thought he was in Ukraine
He
right
is
now.
he is on the roster. I'm staring at the fucking roster on their website.
We will see it. We will see it. We will see it this week. Then we'll learn.
We'll learn.
Also, so under Josh's bullshit, there's a little insert in there. It says Alex, and I added something there. So Toledo,
And Alex, talk your shit.
Toledo versus Kentucky.
Oh, he's right fucking here on the fucking. I'm looking at
Hey,
it on
it
the
does
third
say-
website.
Dwayne Coleman was named the starter in August, early August.
He's still on the roster.
But he's in.
I guess
No,
you got
he's
his
not,
spot,
bro.
bro.
He's in
I'm
Ukraine.
looking
He's
at
in
it.
fucking
I'm
Ukraine.
looking at it.
He's watching this in Ukraine going, no, I'm in fucking Ukraine. Shout out. Thank you for your service, by the way.
Toledo versus Kentucky. Kentucky lost so much this year, and they are already really bad, and they lost even more. Kentucky will win this game, but Toledo covers 9.5. Toledo's a good team this year, so just letting you know, Toledo covers 9.5. But first ever, guys, locks and sneaks. We are finally back to it. Who wants to start it off? Who wants to give their first lock?
I was
Let
the
Max
king of
go
this
first
last
since
year.
his is bullshit.
Hey, I
Max-
was the king of this
Max
last year.
gets to keep
This
his.
was almost our cold open, but you two
Max's
go.
is bullshit.
Let's see. What is mine?
Your
I
lock
put
is
it-
fine. Your lock is fine.
Your lock is fine. You put it in the group
Lock
message.
is South Carolina minus 7.5 versus Virginia Tech. And the sneak is South Florida plus 6.5 versus Boise State.
Some controversy in the weekends over group message about that sneak today. But
not
I'd
sneaky.
say that's a very sneaky pick.
It's not. It's not. It's not. It's the first
How?
game of the fucking weekend. Everyone's gonna watch it. It's not a sneak, but
he's in Ukraine, Alex. I just looked this up.
It doesn't matter if it's people watch it or not. Like, if a whole bunch of people watch Alabama, Florida State, and Florida State wins, is that not? If I picked Florida State, would that not be sneaky?
no, that wouldn't be sneaky at all. It'd be an upset. Wouldn't be sneaky.
That'd be pretty sneaky to pick.
No.
No, Bryson Daly is not returning to play for the Army football team.
I looked at the team website roster. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying I looked at the team website roster.
All right, here, I'll change my sneak to Bryson Daly starts for Army.
There you go.
This year. We'll see how sneaky it is.
That'd be the all-time sneak of sneaks. I'm gonna give y'all my lock and my sneak. So my lock is Alabama and Florida State going under 50.5. It is supposed to rain. It's supposed to storm. I think Alabama's defense holds Florida State at least under 13 points. I mean, like 13, 14. I think they keep them there. And if Alabama scores 30 to 14, you're still under 50.5. I think that's a good one. And then my UNLV versus Sam Houston over is going to be my sneak. I think that they're both just going to score a lot of points, 61.5. It's probably like another 38-31 game, something like that. So yeah, there's my sneak and my lock. So Josh, you got next.
I'll let Josh go last.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and just throw mine out there because mainly I talked about my lock, which is Tennessee covering against Syracuse, but my sneak is Temple covering the 1.5 -1.5 at UMass. And the reason I did this is because I was able to figure out that Temple brought back most of their returning offense from last year and defense, and UMass brought back nobody. In fact, lost a bunch of people to the transfer portal. And I don't really understand why this line is so small. And I just kind of like Temple to easily win this game. So 1.5 I flirted with this and I flirted with Fresno State and Georgia Southern, but I'm going to go with this one.
Give me on Georgia Southern, maybe.
That's who I was, because Georgia Southern's not favored in that game.
I know they're my +1.
You should have used that as your sneak.
No, that's already in my my parlay. I guess South Florida is too, but
That's what I just said.
South Florida over Boise State is a bigger sneak than Georgia Southern over Fresno State.
I
No.
disagree
No.
on that.
Boise State made the playoffs last year.
But nobody's thinking about it's okay. I like both those picks, Max. Are we gonna Josh, go for it.
My turn? Okay. I changed my sneak on you
Okay.
guys, but I'm gonna take Ohio State -2.5 against Texas as my lock, and then my sneak's gonna be Army -14.5.
Any Bryson Daly over-unders?
Yeah, over
many
1.5
people watching
rushing
Army?
KIAs.
Can't do it. Too many people watching Army. Can't take
All
our
right, guys.
national Army and use them as a sneak.
Does anybody, Max, do you have a prize picks for us? Or do you want to come up with a prize picks while we
Yeah, I'll come up with it while y'all do it. Actually, I might have one.
Haynes King over whatever the touchdown margin is. He's going to run one in.
Rushing touchdown, Haynes King would be a good one, yeah.
Yeah, no matter what. If it's usually at 0.5, he will get one no matter what. Or even Jamal Haynes. I like either of those. He hit so many times last year. It was great. And then I'll go interceptions for Beck. It's probably at 1. It's probably at 0.5, so over.
Josh, you got anything else? Any other
I'm building a
tidbits?
parlay right now.
That's so we're gonna let Josh build a parlay and Max build a
Alex, if it's not too hard, maybe just cut all this dead air right here. I don't know how hard or easy that is for you to do, but
I'll need it. I'll just have to.
if
find
not, me and Alex can talk about how about this? Do you personally
would you guys rather sweat Ohio State or Notre Dame?
Notre Dame. I think
Notre Dame?
I think that's what I was thinking too. Okay.
Notre Dame right now.
Taylor,
Who do you think the biggest, this is just a question for you, Alex. Who do you think like the biggest shocker or like the biggest wow, they might be good out of the SEC this week is based off of like a win or a loss or whatever? Biggest surprise maybe.
Here. Hold on, I have them right here.
Because I think it's LSU when they beat Clemson.
I mean, if LSU beats Clemson, then yeah, that'll definitely be it. I think people. Who does A&M play first? Is it just a nobody team?
A&M is not playing anybody currently.
Am I putting the UNC game in here so we have a pick on every day or no?
I would.
I would.
Okay.
That sounds fun.
Okay, then I have it built as soon as I pick that one.
Okay. And then so LSU to me is like the team that can either, how about this? I think LSU has the biggest floor ceiling as in how they are viewed after 1 week in the SEC.
So here's what I got for you guys. Thursday, we're taking Nebraska -6.5. Friday, we're gonna get it done and over with quick. Army -14.5. I really do love this line. Like, I can't tell you guys how much I love this line. Utah -5.5. It's a late night Saturday one. I'm making you guys sweat it all fucking day if we're still alive.
If you're sober.
Oh, I won't be. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Sunday, we decided to go with the Notre Dame line. So we're taking Notre Dame -2.5. I believe that was also a team ride. I think we all like that one. And then I said I like North Carolina on Monday. So that's what we're going to go with to round it out. 5 legs plus 22.84, which means a fiver gives you $114 coming home.
We like that.
It's not bad.
Pretty good.
Max, you got your prize picks or not yet?
I'm working on it. You know what? Hold on.
How
Make
about
this easy.
Take a Molten for Iowa to get a touchdown.
how about Mbakwe being the scout team quarterback?
I mean, he's an athlete, so it makes sense.
He played quarterback in high school.
Yeah, well, he's not playing wide receiver on Saturday, so not
No,
using him
I
with
mean,
it.
He screwed it. He'll probably be gone after this year. He wanted to move to receiver from defensive back, and when he was the 3rd defensive back last year as a true freshman and got a shit ton of playing time, now he's not gonna play. So
He's gonna transfer to Iowa,
Shout out.
just like Hank Brown, future Iowa starting quarterback.
Probably not. He's pretty bad at football.
That means he can play
all
quarterback
right,
for Iowa.
I got a little 3-pick prize picks. I think that it's all quarterbacks. Just throw a little money on it. Ty Simpson rushing touchdown. People
Okay.
don't want to think about it, but running backs out. He can run. They're going to use him on the read options. I think they'll use him especially down towards in the red zone. Carson Beck interception, and Josh Hoover over 1.5 passing touchdowns.
Who is Josh Hoover?
The TCU quarterback, brother.
The
Okay,
furry.
heard.
The would-be furry, but that's not
I'll
true.
just call him Furry from now on.
Call
It's
him
not
furry,
true.
that's funny.
No lawsuit. He's not a furry that came out. So we're not calling you a furry, sir.
Not a big one. Next pot, I'll have a better one. I didn't have one made. I actually bet 2 this past week, 0. Lost both of them because of Stanford's cuck face and Iowa State's running back, who on the goal line they give him a toss and it hits him in his face mask and he drops it and they fumble. So
Well, all right, boys. That has been
Good luck this week, boys.
one.
Good
Yep,
luck, everybody.
we got this. We'll be back with y'all next week, and we'll kind of see how we did. But just celebrate this week. Football is back, and that is what we needed. But
Check out the TikTok.
will be
Lunchtime
posting-
lines, posting bold takes. We still have one more to drop soon tomorrow,
gotta be
right?
on Twitter too.
Yep.
Mhm. Shout
All
out
right.
on Twitter too. The weekend's over.
That's right. It's been the Weekends Over podcast. We appreciate y'all for watching. We'll see y'all next week. Have a good weekend.